Because when you understand yourself, you understand that you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind.
Amen.
Let me tell you how that works. You ask a young woman, what kind of man do you want? Make a list for me. They'll write down, I want him to have a college degree, I want him to have his own home, and to have his own car, and all of that. And then you turn around and then he walks by, he's 6'1", and he got washboard abs, and he's got that best smelling cologne on and everything. And then he walks by and you stand right up and walk right behind Billy. You see, your subconscious mind has told you that that's what I'm really after here. But your conscious mind, which is always rational, it's going to tell you what you need.
Right.
It's almost like when you say, and I say that all the time, I am not going to eat another one of those donuts. And guess what I did? He did. Because you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind, and many of the decisions that you make, they are made subconscious, and you don't even know it. And there are times that you have to beat that subconscious mind into submission.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Otherwise, it will make decisions for you.
Mm-hmm.
But parents will tell you, you don't need on that short dress. Why are you going out to school and show everything you got? And you said to yourself, that's right, Mama. As soon as you go in that room, that subconscious mind said, come on, girl, let's go. Let's get it. What happens to you? But I'm saying, when you understand who you are and how you're made up and how your body makes decisions for you, then you then can take a little bit more charge of it and recognize it. You ain't crazy. You know when you go out to school in the morning, that dress come all the way up here. You know it don't look good. You look at your mom. Oh, it's all right, Mama. I'm telling you, it's all right. Everybody's wearing those. What's happening with you? Oh, Mama, everybody could jump overboard and kill themselves. You don't go behind them. So, release these young people from bondage, please. You could bring all these young people in this room, and you all could sit down and decide what they're going to be later on based upon what they tell you. If one said he wants to be a doctor, I don't care what year he is. He could be flunking every class in school. If that's what he said he wanted to be today, and if you work with that person and you do it diligently, he can achieve his dream.
That's right. Amen.
It's not the children, it's you.
Yes, it is.
Raising children takes time and effort and focus and staying up late at night and going, taking them to things. We used to get in the car and I go to bar association meetings and I put them all in the car. Let's go down to Wilmington and y'all can play on the ocean front while I'm in meetings. And I don't like it all the time, but they out there playing. I'm looking in there, looking at books and stuff. But in there, they can go. They can go almost anywhere you go.
That's right.
And when you're in that city, not only go to the revival, but take them to something else that's educational for them that they can learn. You figure out before you go to the convention what's in that city, what's close by, and you cultivate them. Give them books to read. Go out and get, but I must have 1,000 books, including these, what are these things called? National Geographics. And all this kind of thing. I read everything. Because you never know when you're going to need it. And then when you don't think you know it, my son said that he asked me some question. I'm practicing law 15 years. He asked me some question about law, a divorce and everything. And he's been in law school, and I've been in 15. And he said, what about so-and-so? And I said, oh, that's a divorce ad infuto matrimony. And that's different from a regular divorce. It's just a divorce from bed and board, meaning she doesn't live there anymore, and you have no more responsibility for that person. He says, oh, you do know these things, you know. I didn't know them in my conscious mind, but my subconscious mind had been there 1,000 times. I didn't even know I was summoning that up. But if somebody had asked me that question on a particular day, I couldn't have answered. But so the point being is that you have so much within yourself. If you will share that with your children and encourage them when they go places and they can do things, and I am just so sick and tired of going out to places and other people own everything and we own little or nothing. I'm tired of it.
Amen.
Yeah.
You will never leave your circumstances, and I'm sure that's what Moses told those who were following him, unless you're willing to turn loose what you have behind. Oh, people get so confused. This doesn't mean if you don't want to work, just quit your job and go look for something. That's what the preacher said. Preacher didn't tell you this, stupid. The preacher said that if you have the faith and you have prepared yourself to meet the challenges beyond where you're being currently employed, you and your wife and your family sit down and make a plan and say, we are no longer going to stay in this place. I know we are capable of more, and we have prepared ourselves for that more.
Right.
Then don't be afraid to turn loose what you have that's holding you back and move forward and let the Lord bless you real good.
Yes, sir. Oh, my.
He said, I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly in every way that you can.
Yes, sir.
All the silver and all the gold belong to my God, a cattle on 1,000 hills. And you tell me that if you are a child of the master and he's disinheriting you, you have to step up and take your rightful place. I'll close with this. Yeah, preacher, but you have never been in this situation. You don't know where I live, man. If people shoot where I live, people do all kinds of crazy things. I even see prostitutes walking down the street at night. When I was sleeping in my bed as a young person, bed about that wide, there were probably 2 other boys in there with me. And there was one army blanket. Did I know what an army blanket is?
Yeah.
That army blanket would eat you up. The army blanket is always hungry. I mean, and so you laying there with the army blanket, and before you go to sleep, I used to smoke when I was about at least 3 or 4 years old. That's kind of bad, isn't it? The smoking I'm talking about is when you blowing up at night and all that steam is coming out of your mouth in your room because there's no heat in there. You're blowing that smoke. There's no heat in the room, and it is so cold that your warm breath turns into steam. That once the fire went out at 10 o'clock at night, there was no more fire until you woke up the next morning. There was no insulation in the house. The wind came in underneath the house and beside the house and in the roof area. So when it was cold and 30 degrees outside, it wasn't much better inside. And you had to get up the next morning and go out and chop wood and then come in and make a fire, and you stand so close to the stove trying to thaw out that they burn the back of your pants because you're so close to the stove. And when your dad had worked a whole week, you got 12, 13 other children living in the house and 17 altogether. You got to try to make a living off of that. And you have no ice in the ice box, but you got a chicken in there. So what do? It seems like that nothing is going to go right for you. Then mama says to you, well, this chicken doesn't smell right.
Oh my God.
And that's the only meat that you have in the house. And then she'll examine it and she said, well, maybe we can salvage it. And she mixed 1 pot Clorox and 2 pots water. And put the chicken there to disinfect the chicken. Wash it really good and everything. And then she checked it again and she said, yeah, I think we can salvage that. And you're sitting around the table and you never get enough to eat. And yet, she was saying to me that there's something beyond where we're standing now. How could a little child see beyond their circumstances? Because mama paints a picture. Daddy paints a picture. You go to school and there are holes in your shoes. You buy your shoes and they come from Japan. And back then, coming from Japan was not a good thing. There was no leather, but it was cloth, and it was pushed together real tight. And then they put a couple of some glue on it, and that was the sole of your shoe, which was great until it rained. And then on the day that it rained, if you went to school, by the end of the day, that sole has come off of that shoe. And you get a couple of rubber bands and you put it around the front of the shoe, trying to hold the sole on. And you're sitting there trying not to be embarrassed when other kids have nice things to wear. Oh, there were many times that my subconscious mind said, you ought to give this up, and why don't you just go out there and rob somebody? You need something. But somehow my mother, she kept pointing me toward something beyond my current circumstances. She said, there's something out there for you. God has something in store for you. And so it doesn't matter what your circumstances. And sometimes when we went to law school, I was in law school and ate one meal a day every day at 6 o'clock. The first year of law school, I lost 25 pounds because I couldn't eat during the regular day. But I remember what my mother said. There's something beyond your current circumstances. And I'm telling you, the Lord is saying to you today, there is something beyond your current circumstances. There is something out there for you that you don't even realize. But if you trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding, in every way you acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. There is something in the history of the universe. There is something in the heartbeat of eternity that says if you keep looking up and keep your eyes on the prize, then the Lord will bless you and take you to freedom, your ultimate destination, when you have psychological freedom, physical freedom, economic freedom, and He will bless you to achieve the dreams of your heart. It's not just for rich people. It's for whosoever will.
Yeah.
Is that you today? Trust in the Lord. Lean not to your own understanding.
Yes.
In all your ways, acknowledge Him. He'll direct your path.
Yes.
He'll lead you down to your Red Sea. And He's not going to, you looking around waiting for somebody to show up. He's still asking you, what do you have? What do you have in your hand? What do you have in your mind? What do you have in your feet? What do you have in your, what did I give you? Then use what I gave you to get you across the bridge over troubled water. Use what God has given you. I'm going to wait until I have something before I do something. He's already given you enough as you sit here today to move you to the next level in your own life. You don't have to wait until you get that great job. You don't have to wait until somebody else bless you. You can start where you are and lift up your hand and say, I am somebody. I can achieve something. My family is great. I am great. My husband is great. We all are great, and we can move forward and live in the promise of the Lord and walk across your Red Sea on dry land.